Hello and welcome to my latest video here in Pontefract. Let's go and have a look round what this beautiful northern town in West Yorkshire has to offer. Welcome to Ponty. Let's go! You'll see in this window it says Dunhills Pontefract Limited. Now, remember that name. Let's have a look what that means. Haribo is a family-owned German company founded in 1920 by Hans Riegel. The company came to the UK through the acquisition of Pontefract Liquorice Company, Dunhills Limited. In 1972, Haribo acquired a stake in the business and in 1994 bought the remaining shares. After the purchase, the Haribo brand was introduced to the UK. And Haribo is Pontefract. Here it is. All because of Dunhills Pontefract Limited. There we are. How sweet is that? And here's the Haribo bear. And you can even buy your own one here as well. How cool is that? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Nice. Here we have the Magistrates Market. It used to be the old Magistrates Court for Pontefract. It's now a location for lots of independent units. There's vintage and retro furnishings, there's a bakery, record shop. You can do some banking here as well. There's lots going on here. Lots of antiques you can get here. Supporting independent business. One thing that's noticeable as you come in is the cobbled street. It's not tarmac here. It's a nice cobbled street, an old feel to it. And it's a nice feel. Let's explore the town a bit further. Here we have Pontefract's War Memorial. But first there's a sign. And we love a sign. So, you are here on Corn Market. You'll see on this map some of the names of streets. Corn Market, Shoe Market, Salter Row, Beast Fair, Ropergate. But why are they called this? That's because a lot of the roads round here in the streets are named after where there used to be merchants on them. So the Beast Fair here is where there were livestock fairs. Wool production was a major industry in medieval Yorkshire, and merchants came to Pontefract to buy wool for export to Europe, and livestock dealing took place along Beast Fair. Corn Market, you can imagine what they do there. Shoe Market, what's it say about that? The narrow streets that run behind St Giles Church date back to the 13th century. Cobblers made and sold shoes in their workshops along Shoe Market, and Salter Row was once the street of salt merchants. And that's Salter Row there. So there's so much history in Pontefract just by looking at the street names. So here's the War Memorial to the memory of our fallen comrades, 1914 to 1918 and 1939 to 1945, the two world wars. And there's a plaque here to the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry, and there's all the poppies of remembrance for people who gave their lives for our freedom. Rest in peace. Now Pontefract's a bit of a party town of a night time. You've got the Green Dragon, you've got the Ponty Tavern behind me, you've got Bar Liquid, you've got the Malt Shovel. There's lots of pubs and bars that are open for Friday and Saturday night parties in Pontefract. They don't call it Ponte Carlo for nothing. It's good. A night out in Ponty is always memorable. So if you're in the area, come to Ponty and have a few beers. Happy days. And here's Shoe Market, one of those roads we mentioned earlier on the plaque. So it's down here, back in the day, leading up to St Giles Church there, is where you could buy your shoes. Proper shoes, handmade shoes back then. Very good. Pontefract Shoe Market. And it's not just these ones on the main drag, there's something else. I'm going to take you down and see what's down that alleyway. Let's see what we can find. So down Reams Terrace, down the side of the Malt Shovel, is an old building of particular interest to people in Pontefract. It's been newly renovated and there's a plaque on the wall. So let's read what the plaque says. We obviously love a blue plaque on this channel. It says, the counting house, 1609. This merchant's warehouse was constructed in 1609, Grade 2 listed in 1950, and restored as the counting house in 1992 to 94. So this old bar from 1609, look at the building. It must have taken a lot to restore this, to bring it back into use now. There's the counting house, bar and bistro in Pontefract. And now it's got a rooftop terrace there, bringing the old and the new together. It's stylish. I like the wooden doors they've done to blend in with the rest of the building. Got old and new together as one. Reputed to be the oldest building in Pontefract, merchants have conducted their business here since the 14th century. Look at it. You don't see this in your Wetherspoons, do you? Here we are in the upstairs area. This is lovely. Wow. Look at the old beams and the walls and the brickwork. This is fantastic. And outside here. This is great. That's where we were earlier. And it's great they've got a board here with all the pictures of all the renovation going on over the last few years. Well done, counting house. So on the cobbled streets here, into the marketplace area, we've got Blondie's, a very popular coffee shop in the area. Several barber shops, as you get in every town nowadays. Lots of them. Let's have a wander down and see the market. Here we have one of the popular bars in town, the Beast Fair Vault. Beast Fair, as we mentioned earlier, is one of the roads round here. But have you noticed this on the side? There's a blue plaque. Oh, we love blue plaques. This one is to John Lund, 1726 to 1786. He was a barber, wig maker and political satirist. He lived in Beast Fair and Shoemarket. His best known satire is titled Ducks and Green Peace. Here he is. And here's one of the side roads down here, and this is called Ducks and Green Peace Row. And you've got a mural here from COVID times saying you're always in my heart. Pontefract's a market town, and we'll look around the market in a moment, but there's M&S here, there's Boots, there's quite a number of decent, well-known brands. So there's a good mixture in the town of chain shops, independent shops, local businesses and market traders as well. And that's good to have that combination for a market town such as Pontefract here in Yorkshire. These shoes should be on Shoemarket, but here they are in Marketplace at Pontefract Market, where you can literally buy anything you want. There's a good fruit and veg stall. There's so much going on here. But what's this building here? This here is the Buttercross. Now what's that all about? Let's have a look and find out. So here in the marketplace is the Buttercross, a shelter built in 1734 to shelter people selling dairy produce. And there's a blue plaque. Let's see what it says. The blue plaque says Buttercross, erected in 1734 to shelter people selling dairy produce. But I've just told you that. It replaced the pre-conquest St Oswald's Cross. It was a posthumous gift of Solomon Dupere, and tradition asserts that Solomon Dupere was responsible for betraying Gibraltar to the British in 1704. And these 18th century benches still survive. And here they are, the 18th century benches and the 21st century pigeons. And next to the Buttercross is St Giles Church. This dates back to the 12th century and it's got a rare octagonal top with 10 bells and an open crown. And it's a popular church in the area. It sounds its bells every Sunday morning and it sounds really good. St Giles Church towering across the skies of Pontefract. It's Saturday morning in Pontefract and it's busy. People are shopping. They're not on their computers, out buying online. They're here in the town. People are coming to Pontefract to shop, to enjoy each other's company. And you should too. You should come to Pontefract. It's a good place. If you're liking this video, please click like. Please click subscribe. Please leave a comment about what your favourite memories are of Pontefract. And thank you for watching. Right, let's go and find somewhere else to have a look round. So it's not just the market stalls that are busy, but you've also got the shops behind them. But all the way down here, you've got little roads that go down the side. Here's one for Maud's Yard. It's a nice little alleyway. I'm going to take you down here now and see what we can find down here. Here we are down Maud's Yard. You've got cafes, you've got bars, restaurants, flashy lights. Pontefract is more than just one main street. There's lots going on in all different angles. Now this is really nice, isn't it? You've got the hanging baskets outside the hideaway. You've got outdoor tables because it's March and it's spring. It's coming into the air. People are sitting outside having their coffee, taking the dogs for a walk. It's good. Pontefract Market Hall here. Originally a meat market in 1859, but a fire destroyed most of the building and only the front survived. That's why you can tell it's a bit different down the side. And the rest had to be rebuilt. Let's have a look at the blue plaque on the wall to explore a bit more about it. The Market Hall, built in 1859 to 1860 to the designs of Joseph Wilson, opened by the Prime Minister, Viscount Palmerston. This side of Marketplace, known in the 17th century as the Shambles, has been designated for the sale of fresh meat since the 14th century. The lane behind was known as Pudding Middens, and the market halls were rebuilt in 1957. It's nice to see an old red post box and these two amazing old red phone boxes outside Pontefract Market Hall. Over recent years, a number of the buildings along here have been done up. So you've got the Red Lion here, you've got the luxury gentleman's grooming or barber's shop, and the licorice bush there. Things are looking up in Pontefract. But what's this building in front? Here we have the Pontefract Town Hall. It's an impressive looking building. Let's take a closer look at it now. It's quite an iconic view, this town hall, isn't it? With the clock tower at the top with the weather vane on top and the flag flapping away in the wind up there. It's nice. Pontefract has a good view of this here. It's nice. It's time to sound that blue plaque alarm. We've found another one. Let's read what it says. This is the town hall and assembly rooms. The town hall was built in 1785, designed by Bernard Hartley, and it served as the council chamber, magistrates' court, prison, bank, fire station and public hall. The assembly rooms were added in 1882 by Perkin and Bulmer. The Pontefract Town Hall. The town hall and the assembly rooms here at Pontefract. We mentioned earlier about streets being named after their traders that used to be there. This here is Horse Fair, And this is the Horse Vaults pub. So they're obviously trading horses back in the day along this road. Next to Horse Fair is Baxter Gate. And there's another plaque. Isn't this heaven? Baxter Gate was first mentioned in 1421. The street of the bakers. So bakers to Baxter Gate. And there's another NHS COVID mural here. A visit to a town is never complete without seeing what the local Wetherspoons is called. They all have interesting names, and this one is called the Broken Bridge. But why is Pontefract's Wetherspoons called the Broken Bridge? Well, you have to look at the old Latin words for broken bridge, which equate to Pontus Fractus. Now do you see what the link is? Pontus Fractus, broken bridge. Thank you, Spoons, for educating people nowadays. Ish. And another one. This is Micklegate. First recorded 1190. Magus Vico, the Great Street. Apologies for pronunciation. Horse Fair first recorded in 1742 and refers to the space in the road where the fair was held and not to the street itself. Ah, interesting that. 1742, Horse Fair. Rich, what's this big lump of stone behind you? Well, it's to do with the Magna Carta, of course. Did you know the Magna Carta was linked to Pontefract? Let's read what it says and find out a bit more. John de Lacy, the Baron of Pontefract, was one of the 25 barons who forced King John to agree to the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, or the Great Charter, was sealed on the 15th of June 1215 at Runnymede between 25 barons and King John. And there's the sign there. What's the next sign say? It's the notarial sign of the de Lacy family, used to certify deeds and contracts. And this side is Pontefract celebrating 800 years of the Magna Carta, liberty, freedom, justice, the foundation of modern democracy, 1215 to 2015. Well, it's 810 years now, isn't it? 1215 to 2025. And that's why there's a lump of stone here in Pontefract commemorating the Magna Carta and the link to Pontefract. Anyone want some wool? That's where you'd find it down here in the wool market. Not at Home Bargains, but here in Pontefract's wool market. I'm very fortunate to be living in a town like this where people can safely sit outside cafes, sit with their friends talking, walking round, enjoying the shops that Pontefract has. So from the shops down there, pan round, we've got St Giles Church we saw earlier on. You've got Pontefract Library, which we'll explore shortly, and its interesting shape. But first, we're going to have a look at this place, Pontefract Museum. And what's interesting in here? Pontefract is famous for its licorice fields. Licorice grows well in Pontefract's rich, deep topsoil. And from the 1700s, licorice garths, fields, sprung up all over town. The Dunhill family rented the land in Pontefract Castle for growing medicinal licorice. And by 1794, more than 100 acres produces licorice root. They're world famous. And we've heard of the Dunhill family. So it says here, Pontefract licorice factories created a kaleidoscope of colours to package the sweet black stuff. Their decorative and collectible tins and boxes offered licorice in many varieties with different flavours. The mainly female workforce stamped, rolled, pinched and shaped licorice into all sorts of shapes and textures. The Pontefract cake, the sweet made famous by Dunhills, retained its original shape of a medicinal tablet. Each factory produced their own version, most decorating it with a Pontefract seal, inspired by the siege coins made at the castle during the Civil War of the 1640s. And here you can see some of those tins. Do you recognise any of these from back in the day? Licorice all sorts. What's your favourite one? And the Pontefract cakes as well. So much history in the area about liquorice. Did you know that Pontefract is the location of the first ever by-election that used a ballot box for secret voting? Let's have a look and find out more. And here it is, the first ever secret ballot box. And it was used for Pontefract's historic 1872 by-election, the first time an MP was elected by secret ballot in Britain. And it was here in Pontefract. But what's the story behind it? Pontefract took centre stage on the 15th of August 1872 when it held the first parliamentary secret ballot in Britain. This was the first time that people had voted for an MP by marking a cross on a ballot paper next to the candidate of their choice, the system we take for granted today. Before this, voting had been a public act which allowed corruption and intimidation. And here we have Pontefract Library and the town crest up there, featuring the castle. Next to the marketplace, down here, is a road which is very busy and very different of a night time. This here is Ropergate. Lots of bars, lots of clubs, and lots of interesting places to call and have a drink with your friends. A notable thing about Ropergate is all the independent businesses down here. There used to be a number of banks down here, but they've closed over the years, and mostly bars have propped up in their place. Like you've got the Galway Girl here, you've got the Last Bank, you've got the old post office. People are wanting to come to Pontefract of a night time and during the daytime to go for a coffee at one of the many different coffee shops and eateries along here. Pontefract over the last 5-10 years or so is certainly on the up, and there's lots of things happening, lots of businesses popping up everywhere. You've got bathroom shops, you've got bridal shops, you've got women's clothewares, you've got computer games, you've got barbers. So much going on. Ropergate is busy. You've got the old post office, which is one of the best places for live music in the area. There's lots going on. You've got the Last Bank opposite. You've got Ali Kazam down the road. You've got mixology. You've got restaurants. You've got Thai food. You've got Indian food. So much in this area. You've got the impressive outer building of the Crescent that used to be a cinema. It's now a snooker club and a dance hall here. There's a few other businesses on the outskirts of it, but it's certainly got a prominent outside of the building here. I'm here at Town End roundabouts, the double roundabouts to the south of Pontefract. It's a busy, busy, busy junction, 2 roundabouts. But I want to point you in the direction of this place behind me, the Robin Hood pub. Let's flip the camera around and talk a bit more about it. This is the Robin Hood pub, one of the friendliest, nicest pubs in the Pontefract area. If you're in Pontefract and you want a drink, definitely come to the Robin Hood. There's such a nice, friendly group of people that run this pub. There's so much going on here. There's quiz nights, there's special music events going on, there's all sorts. There's an outside area at the back through that gate and to the side here as well. It's such a great pub, such a good range of drinks, and you'll always have a fab time here in a nice, relaxed atmosphere at the Robin Hood. This here used to be Pontefract General Dispensary, which was supported by voluntary subscriptions, the old Pontefract Hospital. It's now on the lower site here, but this building is also the Hermitage. Beneath here are 2 chambers and a spiral staircase cut out of natural sandstone by the medieval hermits who used to live here. Wow, that's an impressive story, isn't it? Imagine being a medieval hermit. That'd be pretty cool. Pontefract isn't just shops and blue plaques and all that kind of stuff going on in the town centre. Right on the outskirts of Pontefract town centre, here on Southgate, are here the Friarwood Valley Gardens. Welcome to Pontefract Park and Racecourse. There's a park and there's some horses running around the outside of it. Let's explore. Welcome to Pontefract Racecourse. Here on the left you've got the grandstand and the paddock, and this is the Premier stand here on the right, and the Dolby stand. Prices from £7 upwards to £22. It's a good day out to come to see the horses running around Pontefract Park. You can see the M62 motorway there in the distance, and the horse racing normally starts at the far end at the bottom, and they run uphill all the way up here to finish in front of the grandstand. It's a good day out, or a good evening out, if you're in the area and you want to come and see some horses going for a bit of a gallop. Pontefract Racecourse. In front of me are the grandstands and the stands in front of the finish of the race track here for all the horses to go past. But on the other side here, around the perimeter of the park area, is this track, which is the route for Pontefract Park Run that takes part in Pontefract Park every Saturday morning. It's 9 o'clock, it's free. Give it a go sometime. This is Pontefract Park and Pontefract Racecourse. And this is the lake area at Pontefract Park. Isn't it beautiful with all the birds swimming around? People going for a walk around the perimeter of the lake. It's a nice place for people just to take in and enjoy nature around them. And just a short walk from town is the Hunters Stadium, home of Pontefract Collieries, a good community non-league football club doing lots of great work with lots of different teams. There's women's teams, there's the men's teams, there's youth teams, there's school kids teams, there's everything here down at Pontycols. And here is Pontefract Castle. It says, head inside to discover stories of starvation, destruction, royal affairs and liquorice farming. Well, that sounds fun. Let's go and have a look. This sign here says, this is one of England's largest castles. Pontefract Castle was built around 1070 by one of William the Conqueror's most loyal knights, Ilbert de Lacy. Back then it was a wooden motte and bailey castle. Throughout the following centuries the castle was extended and converted to stone, becoming one of England's largest castles. Its position and construction was so good that it provided to be impenetrable to cannon fire, yet the keep to your left is in ruins. And here's the site. And here's the castle keep here. The grounds here at Pontefract Castle are a popular site for people to come and have a walk round. It's free to come into, and you get to see some of the sights, like the castle behind me, the old buildings. They put events on as well here, so there's a marquee there for an event that's happening soon. There's lots going on at Pontefract Castle. While this is just a snippet of what's happening here at the castle, why not come to Pontefract and visit the castle for yourself? One thing I like to do when I visit a castle, especially castle ruins, is try to visualise what the rooms were like back in the building when it was in full use. You can tell the outskirts of the building here, and you can imagine and piece together the stories of what life was like back then when Pontefract Castle was in its prime. So that just about wraps up my tour of Pontefract, this lovely northern market town in West Yorkshire. We've seen the castle, we've seen the racecourse, we've seen the park, we've seen the town centre, we've seen the history, we've seen lots and lots of blue plaques. There's lots of history, lots of interesting facts here about Pontefract, the liquorice, the ballot box, all these different kind of things. So much that Pontefract has to offer the world. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye bye for now.